Recently, the internet has been on fire when Fat Joe went to MAFHafa and really said some disrespectful things about the FBA lineage and also hinting at Tariq Nasheed. Now, what did he say in particular?
So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't Black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say a name? We're going to give them too much clout.
I mean...
The FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the f*** these broke niggas is. I'm just keeping it a buck. And their shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this who run them?
FBA is full of broke A ninjas, okay? That's the clip that really, or part of the clip that really went viral. But he also had this to say about FBAs.
These rumors were made by radical Black racists. Let's just say that, okay? It's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a Black guy that ain't down with them.
All of this stems from Tariq Nasheed's release of Microphone Check, which pretty much gives credit to #FBA, or formerly known as the African American community, for creating the genre of hip hop. Fat Joe contests this idea. And what Fat Joe is saying that hip hop was created equally by the Puerto Rican community as well as the African American community. And many people from the African American community are saying, no, that's not what happened. You know, you guys are saying something different. It's our group that created this particular sound and particular genre. And it makes sense because most of the MCs that are legendary, and a few do come from other communities, but the majority of them come from the African American community. It's not like reggaeton. You don't have a whole bunch of African American reggaeton artists because simply that's not our genre. We happen to be in a genre that we actually affiliate with, and you don't see a whole lot of Puerto Rican rappers in the genre besides him and Big Punisher. But here's the bigger story. The bigger story is that MAFHafa, who was also hosting the interview, laughed in the background after Fat Joe said what he said. My brother B Mouse 84 Conscious channel decided to weigh in on this, and he made a strong point about MAFHafa.
Rather than again, you know what I mean, Fat Joe was talking about they bunch of broke niggas saying the N-word, this, that, and then at the same time, MAFHafa got the nerve to be sitting there, yo, just literally laughing the shit off. And I'm talking about, you're not even trying to check this brother, yo. And see, that right there, MAFHafa, you lost a lot of cool points, yo, and you lost so much respect, you know what I'm saying, for like a lot of people, man, because think about it though, yo, if we was think about it, you cannot go up on a Latino platform to where so you can be saying any type of racial any kind of like racial terms and this, that, and the third. And of course, you know what I'm saying, you supposed to be a black man any damn way. And see, now coming to find out, you know what I mean, he from the West Indies, he got West Indian culture. Now, right now, I can really see why, you know what I mean, you laughing at it.
But he also makes this other point in a subsequent video.
Pretty much use black people and black culture to get to the top, and how they are two of the biggest culture vultures. If we really take a look at both of their careers though, right, between Fat Joe and Jennifer Lopez, both of them are Puerto Rican though, right? And here's the funny thing about it, in order for, you know what I mean, both of them, you know what I mean, in order for both of their careers to like really go to the top, who do they get around? They got around our people. Like how Fat Joe, when he was hanging around, digging in the crates, DITC. He was up there hanging around the brothers with Lord Finesse, Big L, Showbiz, AG, and them. And then, of course, he wound up, you know what I mean, like hanging around like Biggie, you know what I'm saying, Wu-Tang, Nas, all of them other rappers and stuff like that, though, right? And see, here's another funny thing about like Fat Joe and Jennifer Lopez, though, right? Both of them have been around our people earlier in their careers. You know, right? You know what I mean? I'm talking about doing records, this, that, and the third. And here's the funny thing about this, though, right? Fat Joe and Jennifer Lopez, when their careers was at a standstill, who did they flock to? FBA. And guess who did they flock to? Murder Inc. Murder Inc. Yo, put it like this though, yo. Murder Inc. saved Jennifer Lopez's career and Fat Joe's career. You wanna know why? When Murder Inc. was hot in the 2000s, guess what though, yo? think about it. Who were they doing songs with? They've been doing songs with Ja Rule and Ashanti, who were the hottest artists at that time frame. What were they doing? Being culture vultures.
See, that's the thing that I have noticed. People love to grift off of the African American community, the historic African American community, let me say that, or hashtag FBA or hashtag ADOS. And then they want to get all they can get from you. The moment that you want to try to separate and claim something from yourself, this is not everybody, but you have people that have issue with it and they want to do revisionist history. This is something that I notice even in the Pan-African world. Whenever the African American community wants to kind of delineate for their own purpose, most brothers and sisters shouldn't have a problem with that, but they do. At the same time, while they delineate, and they have their own terms, Jamaican American, Nigerian pride, Ghanaian pride, Barbados pride, hashtag Trinidad pride. When they want to talk about their stuff, proud Haitian. And that's all good. I love that for them. I don't have no problem with that. But I'm talking about those who have an issue. When we want to do something for ourselves, all of a sudden it's a problem. But when it comes to going to HBCUs, when it comes to getting into a black quota or fitting a bill, and they can replace the African American, that's easy. That's good work. They deserve it. Then they can come back around and call you lazy and say that you stupid and you live in the greatest country in the world. Why don't you do something? And then at the same time, they'll want you to be like, oh, can you come and invest in Africa? Can you come and help build Africa? Now, I'm saying this as a person that's a Pan-African. I love Africa. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be here. But these are the problems in the argumentation. On one hand, let's benefit from everything that you guys fought for. And whatever you want to claim for yourself, we take umbrage with that. But at the same time, can you help us come develop what we got? Now, look at what's going on in Ghana. I believe you saw Ja Rule recently build a school in Ghana, okay? You got talented Ghanaians all over the world. I don't have a problem with him building the school in Ghana, that's great. However, you got rich Ghanaians all over America. Do you ever see rich Ghanaians going to the black community and saying, hey, what can we help y'all build? What can we help you develop? No, you don't. It's gonna be real. You don't see that. You do see African Americans, though, going to Ghana and doing nice stuff. And you do have successful Ghanaian Americans and Ghanaian British, right? And then when you want to decide to claim something for yourself, some people take umbrage to it. But again, I gotta always play this clip because people are gonna act like you didn't know. But we were warned about this many years ago when Dr. Claude Anderson told us this.
One of the alarming predictions you make in the book is along those lines. You mentioned that blacks will be pretty much a permanent underclass in America by the year 2015. Why the year 2015?
2015 because what I've concluded from analysis is that there are going to be a converging of social factors nationally and internationally that's going to place blacks in a permanent status of underclasship. And we anticipate by that point in time, based on all the research that's coming to us, that the next generation of whites are going to be more anti-black than they've been since the civil rights movement. 2, we anticipate by the same token about 86 million Hispanics coming into the United States and about 41 million Asians by that point in time, which is going to kick black folk out of being the minority in the society down to a minority. We've been number 2 in the society for 400 years as a group. We're going to become number 4. And if we have not gotten anything after being number 2 for 400 years, you guess what's going to happen when we become number 4. Because at that point in time, all the new groups coming into America, they're coming in higher than we are because this country operates off of a preferential acceptance program, which means that groups are coming in based on skin color. They're going from the lightest down to the darkest. Light, yellow, brown, black. And that's what our immigration laws are based on. And black folk would not be able to penetrate through those groups to get to the white society when that happens, because those groups owe us nothing. They don't understand our problems, and they are competitive with us, and we don't begin to be a little more aggressive about being in a competitive posture. They're going to eat our lunches.
See, the issue is we have been fighting on the behalf of other communities, okay? And I hate to tell you guys this. This is somebody that governments come and ask, can you bring your community to our country? You know, can you put a tour to bring people to our country? And I've been a little hesitant to do that. I might do it because we've had a demand. But one of the reasons why I haven't done it is because you're just not gonna get any parity on the continent. And the more that you have tried to do as a community, look at the 1965, I believe was the immigration bill that Dr. King helped sign into act, which helped a lot of the immigrants become citizens of America, including South American and black immigrants. He wanted as many black immigrants to come to America. And the Civil Rights Bill of 1965, the Immigration Act, helped do that. People that are Puerto Ricans, even though Puerto Rico is now a state, they benefit from the community. You know, Fat Joe, he was getting big amongst blacks. Then he uses the N-word. But this is what happens when you don't stick with your own people. Because Fat Joe used to say he was black. J-Lo used to say she was black. Now all of a sudden they Latino now. You know, now they saying they built the country. So the issue is we are too concerned with helping other groups come up and develop. And I am a person that's active in Pan-Africanism, but I will be biased though. And I'm gonna say this, I am now more concerned about helping my distinct group elevate to a certain level than I can help anybody else. That's my stance from now on. That's not to say that I don't believe in helping others, because I do. But I also know there is no parity in Pan-Africanism. There is no parity in flat blackness. And we gotta just understand that's what it is. There isn't parity in that. And we've been trying to ask for parity in that. We've been trying to do it as a group, putting other groups on, looking at equality for other groups, and other groups are out for themselves many times. And that's fine. And we can only give parity where parity has been given and it's not, so you can't give it. That means you gotta look out for your own interests and your own groups before you can help give value to another group. And again, Pan-Africanism will continue to fail and it'll continue to be shortchanged until groups understand that value exchange must be there and you can't just grift off other people's work. For real. Like, I'm in Uganda right now. Love Uganda, met some great people. One thing I can't do here is take credit for what Uganda has done for this country, because I can't do that. It's not fair. It's not fair for me to come over here and benefit from what they have done more than the citizens. That doesn't make sense. You know, I need to be given to them as they are also given to me. I need to be making the investment into them as they're giving to me. But in the black community in America, you could just drop in there and say whatever you want to say, and then come out and then like say, oh, well, that ain't the truth. We the ones that built this. It's not the truth. It's not true. And so Fat Joe needs to apologize for real. Because if it was the other way around, they wouldn't let you do it. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.